Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. If you want more proof that a new alliance is forming in the East Asia, then I got an article that very well exemplifies that. And I'm talking about the alliance between Russia, China, which is going to be the second pole uh, or planetary pole, which is going to be opposing the other one, which is made out of United States and its uh, vassal states. And I have here some information given by an article that could exemplify how Russia and China are increasing their connection, not only military connection, but economic connection and not connection, but they link, seems like they link their economies and their currency in direct trade, living outside of their direct trade, the US dollar or euro, and which is bad for both euro and the US dollar. So let's go with Business Insider, May 31st, 2022. This article is by Harry Robertson. Yuan-Ruble trading surges more than 1,000% as China and Russia draw closer together amid US tensions. So the yuan ruble trading surges more than 1,000%. 1,000. Wow. All right. So let's go and see what's going on here. Yuan ruble trading volumes have surged 1,067% since Russia invaded Ukraine in February. That's a decrease, right? So Russia is very, very isolated, I see. The jump in yuan ruble trading is one of a number of signs of China and Russia strengthening their ties. No yet. The two countries signed and I'm quoting, no limits friendship deal in February as they looked to reduce the power of the US. What's so surprising? I mean, the signs were all there when they were doing all the military maneuvers in East Asia and everywhere else, and nobody else was invited. All right, so trading of China yuan and Russia's ruble has soared more than 1,000% since the war in Ukraine began, according to data reported by Bloomberg as the two countries strengthened ties. Monthly yuan ruble volumes have risen 1,067% to just under $4 billion since Russia invaded Ukraine in late February. The two countries have sought to strengthen ties this year, announcing a no-limits friendship directly aimed at countering the influence of the US over the global economy. Since the US has slapped tough sanctions on Russia, both sides have looked to pull closer together economically. China's trade with Russia rose 12% in March, year on year, faster than trade increased with the rest of the world. Russia's imports from China fell, but trade accelerated in other directions, likely reflected higher energy prices. Russia said in April it expects trade with China to hit $200 billion by 2024, up from around $150 billion last year. Wow, so that's what, $50 billion increase. Meanwhile, tough US sanctions on Russia, tough. All right, and tight capital controls put in place by Moscow have caused dollar-ruble trading to fall sharply. Bloomberg said volume in the dollar-ruble pair has fallen to its lowest level in decade. All right, and I'm quoting, the current crisis is unlikely to lead to anything other than a further tightening of Sino-Russian bilateral relations. And quote, said Bjorn Alexander Duben, an academic in a report on the situation for the London School of Economics last week. And I'm quoting, China will prop up Russia and try to ensure that Putin's power is preserved, end quote, he said. However, Duben said Russia was the much weaker partner, economically, but military stronger, right? And would like to be relegated from a great power peer to a client of Beijing. I don't think that's the idea. It's true that economically, Russia is much weaker and smaller than China. There's no doubt about it. But I think in the terms of military advancement and capabilities, I think Russia is way ahead. China, I'm not going to talk about the personnel number. Obviously, China is 1.5 billion. These guys are just what 145 million people. Nevertheless, more than 5 million people as the Baltic states have, and they have a big mouth. I can't forget those guys. It just come like that. Nevertheless, so uh, 1,000 times, 1,000% increase. Well, that's obvious, and they cooperated. So who expects China to just drop Russia pretty soon from their bilateral relations is just dreaming of a white Christmas. But nevertheless, militarily, economically, politically, they're together. What are you going to do about it? Not much. You try to strengthen your East Asia partnership like United States does right now with the Quad, and and try to include over there Japan and the South Korea if possible. And now they try to get all kind of other countries in some Pacific Ocean and Malaysia, Philippines. Then they go to Thailand, Vietnam. Those countries are in between. They're not. It seems like Pakistan. I don't know where exactly that stands. I thought it was with Russia on the Russian side when the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, was still Prime Minister, but he was ousted because of a good relationship with Russia, and that's a no-no. And then he was He got a no confidence vote from the parliament, and he was ousted. And the guy Sharif, whose dad I think lives in London, and he's convicted of or charged. What's this color going here? All right, and Sharif, whose dad is living in London. All these guys who are investigators in various countries, somehow they find refuge in London, like the oligarchs that are kicked by Russia and they are looked for embezzlement and other stuff. Boom, they are in London somehow. MI6? No, no, they're just the land of the free, as United States, right? Yeah, right. So then now this Sharif is now supposedly friends with Saudi Arabia. He went over there and visited. Now Saudi Arabia seems to be more friendly with China and East Asia countries, giving them discounts on the oil, but not giving United States discount, not putting more oil on the market, angering United States. Well, you got President Biden, who said all kind of crazy stuff about Prince Mohammed bin Salman regarding Khashoggi killing and so on, which I don't know what the thing is over there. The thing that I know is that guy disappeared in the consulate in Ankara, I think it was, in 2018. So that's a fact. Was Bin Salman, Prince Bin Salman involved? I don't know. Do you think that he cares? I don't think he cares, but I don't think he cares. But regime change happen from time to time. Just happens, a spontaneous popular revolt. Maybe in Saudi Arabia pretty soon. I'm waiting, unless Salman changes course. If he doesn't change course, he'd rather have some good mercenaries and bodyguards, many of them around him, and they're paid very well, if you know what I mean. So he doesn't end up like Gaddafi, where that defensive alliance called NATO was defending itself from Libya and intervened in Libya. So much hypocrisy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.